Hello everyone. This is my miniature review of The New World by Patrick Ness. This is the prequel to the Chaos Walking trilogy and the first book of that, The Knife of Never Letting Go. Now, I am currently reading The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, and I saw this online while looking for a way to purchase the other two books, and so I decided to read this first, and I'm glad I did. So I'm about 100 pages through The Knife of Never Letting Go, and this explains the story of a character in The Knife of Never Letting Go. Now this is major spoilery because it is a prequel, and so I can't really say anything without saying it's a spoiler. So if you haven't read it, go off and go read it real quick. I'm not sure how many pages it is because I read it online because it's free on Amazon Kindle. And you can also get a free audiobook. I'm not sponsored, but I'm just saying it's on there. It's about like 50 pages, I would say, around there, but it doesn't really tell you for sure. But spoilers start now, so you can stay and just listen. It's not vital that you read it, but it's just nice to know. Alright, spoilers starting now. So this is about the story of Viola. And she is the girl that... Spoilers for The Knife of Never Letting Go, that Todd Hewitt meets after he leaves Ben and Cillian's farm. And she hasn't spoken in the first 100 pages or so from what I've read. And so this kind of gives a story on her of what really happened. And so what does really happen is she is on a big ship that's a convoy, and she's on there with all these other people, and they've been on there for their entire lives. And they've never breathed real air. They've never been on an actual planet. And so they decide that they're going to send a caretaker family to the New World, where Todd's settlement is. And everyone on the convoy thinks that Todd's settlement, Prentisstown, is all dead because they haven't been in communication with the people on the convoy whatsoever. And so Viola and her family are sent to go down to the New World, and they get there in the span of 5 months, sorry. They're on the ship, their little pilot ship, for 5 months. And during those 5 months, Viola has her birthday, where her parents give her binoculars that she uses with Todd. And I thought it was important to mention that in this, it clears up what the binoculars are really good for. They're not just binoculars, but they have night vision and in-screen zoom, so I thought that was interesting. But anyways, she's also given a gift from her teacher before she leaves, and she uses it later on, and it's a firebox that she can use to just make fire instantly when she's on the planet, and she uses it with Todd. And so she's with her parents for these 5 months, and then once they enter orbit, things start going wrong. Her dad is an engineer and works in the engine room and everything, and her mom's the pilot, and so she starts having issues too with keeping the ship stable after the dad stops communicating because there's a fire in the engine room. And then they start crashing into the planet, and they crash into the swamp. That's where Todd finds her later on, but they crash. And Viola goes to check on her mom, and her mom is dying in front of her because of the chair that ripped out of the floor and stabbed her in the spine. And so Viola's mom dies talking to Viola, and it's very sad. And then Viola goes and checks on her dad and finds him burned on the top half of his body and a wound in his forehead. And so he's dead. And so she has to deal with both of her parents being dead. And it's really sad. And then that's how Todd finds her. And Todd also finds her, and she doesn't speak. She's like a rip in the noise. And I thought it was interesting that during this little book, the quotations or the dialogue is always marked in apostrophes, I think it is. They're not quotation marks. And so I thought maybe there's a strange way of them communicating, because in Todd's Prentisstown, in the world where he lives, they have noise, and they can hear everyone's voices inside their head, and everyone's speaking. And so that is how they communicate. But Viola does not communicate this way, and so she's different, and that's how Todd finds her. This is my miniature review of The New World by Patrick Ness. I hope that you enjoy. Please subscribe if you want to see my review of The Knife of Never Letting Go and that series when I finish it. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.